Everybody's Brandon Bryson. Good to see you, Brandon.
Good to see you, David. Hello, everyone.
Brandon Bryson is the Chief Magistrate Judge of Bartow County. Did I say that correct?
You did.
Brandon, let me ask you some really personal questions now.
Oh, boy.
You were born and raised in Bartow County.
Yes, sir.
Whereabouts did you live as a kid? What area of Bartow?
Oh, I grew up on Grassdale Road, just off Grassdale Road in the county. Went to county schools. And
Rudy York Road area, or what? I mean,
off of Bishop.
Okay,
Off of Bishop.
okay.
So I grew up playing in the cornfields on the Bishop farm and through the creeks there. And me and my dog and my buddies and in the neighborhood, we get out there and play baseball and stuff all day long. And a lot of them still live here, so it's still fun to run into them. And
you run into them with Walmart, stuff like that.
Walmart, and some of them work with the sheriff's department or fire department.
Buddies you knew in high school, stuff like this, elementary school?
Elementary school, going way back. And
I got a good friend, a close friend, his family. He says he was kid friends with you. You know what I'm talking about, you know?
Yes.
And you were childhood friends and stuff. And
we go way back.
what schools did you go to?
I went to White Elementary.
Okay.
I went to Excel Christian Academy in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Cartersville High School.
Cartersville High School. Did you have a winning football team back then?
Oh, yeah. They won the year I transferred. I'm the good luck charm.
Okay, where did you go to college? Immediately after high school, where'd you go?
So I went to West Georgia
Okay.
for a year. And
Did you get the Hope Scholarship?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And I got the Hope Scholarship. I went to West Georgia. And then I started looking at different programs. And I went to Kennesaw State and finished up 3 years, did my undergrad. And I went to Mississippi College for law school.
When did you know you wanted to be a lawyer?
Young age.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know. Current issues, things that I saw that I disagreed with or I didn't think were right, I just took an interest in. And my parents weren't very political or anything, but they did their civic duty. They took me to the polls. I remember just being, I don't know, maybe 6, 5 years old, going into the booth, them pulling the curtains,
Really?
asking questions as
Really?
they're bashing the buttons, signs in the yard. I'd hear them talk about candidates and stuff. Like I said, they weren't overly political, but they were always sure to do their homework and know the issues and stuff. So I remember the first Gulf War, I was in kindergarten, and you'd watch it on CNN at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing the night vision and
Mm-hmm.
the rockets and mortar and fire, and it just interested me. And I think my mom still has like a little daily journal where I'd write in kindergarten, and I'd ask the teacher how to spell like Gorbachev and Hussein. And I was just sucked in.
And they're saying this kid's weird.
I don't know.
Our kid's weird. Our kid's a little different.
And then the presidential election, came around with Bush and Clinton when I was in 3rd grade, and it just sucked me in.
3rd grade, you watch that stuff?
Yeah, I know.
That is really...
I was really like sports and stuff,
Yeah.
But this stuff was just fascinating how our country ran and the
that
rule of
interests
law. And so one of the things I guess really brought me to law is I would see things that I'd ask my parents questions about. Well, how's that right? How can people do this? And but I remember watching A Time to Kill. Remember Matthew McConaughey and Sandra Bullock?
I've seen it a few times. Great movie.
Great movie. I think I might have been in 4th or 5th grade. I was at a friend's house, spent the night, and their family watched it. And I loved it. The trial, you had a black man in a racist part of Mississippi during a bad time for it to be a black man getting charged with murdering these guys who raped his daughter. And this whole trial takes place, and it was just fascinating.
How old were you when this was?
Probably 11.
And that interested you. That was really...
How this guy came in, this defense attorney, they bombed his house, burned his house, threatened him, and he's fighting for what he thinks is right, and got this guy off. And it was just, I don't know, you see the injustices in the world and things you don't like. And I learned at a young age, there's some people who will just complain. There's some people who are just apathetic and will do nothing. And there's some people that will actually get out there and vote and do things. Mm-hmm. Me, I always felt like it was my calling to get out there and do something. And for a while, actually, I thought I'd go into the ministry. and become a preacher. And I'd like to joke and say I went to the dark side. And my little brother became the preacher. But what I learned, David, is that this was my calling. This is my ministry. I've been able to help so many people through my practice of law as an attorney, and so many people here who didn't have the ability to understand the court system, trying to make it easier, trying to help them get access to justice, trying to make it as easy as possible for them to present their case here without advocating for either side, but just having a fair, efficient, and compassionate court, and educating people to know what to expect. And that way they're not just coming in not knowing what to do and lose a case just because they were ignorant as to what the procedures are. We try to do our best to educate. So I've learned that this was my ministry. And so that's how I'm here today.
I'm Jesse Weaver with Weaver Heating and Air. I am a second generation owner coming in. My dad started the business in July of 1973, and we're about to celebrate year 49 coming up, so we're really excited about that. Our business has been based on family, not only for ourselves but for our employees and also the customers that we serve. It's very important for us to not only provide heating and air, but we also like to be a part of the community physically and monetarily to help out in any needs that we can.
So now we're in our Napa Auto Care Center with Chris Hughes, our shop foreman over here. Chris, it looks like we're pretty busy over here. So for our public that don't realize that we've gone mechanical, what all do we do over here?
You name it, we do it.
Oil changes?
Oil changes, alignments, rotates, brakes, suspension. We can put your new transmission in for you. We can do your engine, whatever you want us to do.
Tune-ups, check engine lights?
Absolutely.
So Chris is our shop foreman over here. This is our Napa Auto Care Center. This is the mechanical side of the business. Chris is doing a fabulous job. Y'all, if you need anything mechanical, oil change, whatever, give us a call.
If you've been injured in an accident, call the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm.
Give us a call anytime. You'll talk directly to me.
Let this specialist in auto accidents fight for you. Call 770-694-1883 today.
Here at IPW, we are always looking for dependable, reliable people to join our staff. We are always hiring for crew members and crew leads. Our crew leads are the ones that would take over the shift and also drive the equipment. So if you're looking for an opportunity to grow in a place where you are valued, then come join us. You can go on ipwwash.com and click the careers tab and fill out your application, and I'll be in touch with you very soon.
SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you find a huge selection of high-end mattresses without paying high-end prices? SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you save 50 to 80% off retail every day? SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. We offer the lowest prices on the best name brand mattresses. SOS Mattress and Clearance Center on Highway 41 in Cartersville, 1 block south of Home Depot.
Brandon Bryson, everybody, Chief Magistrate Judge of Bartow County. When did you know you wanted to, I guess, serve? What was it, serve when you thought about it, or be a politician, or what was it you wanted? What were you thinking?
So, as I said earlier, I'd see these things that, needed fixing, or I thought needed to be fixing or changed as a young child. So I always thought at some point I would go into law or maybe politics or run for something eventually. I never thought I would be a judge. I didn't.
You didn't fantasize about being a judge.
No.
What
I
did you?
Figured I'd run for maybe local representative or something at some point. It wasn't.
Did you did you fantasize about being that big trial lawyer of saving the person that needed saved? Did you? What was it?
So what's interesting is as I got older, I was like, oh, I'll do real estate law. Because everybody says, oh,
That's
that's
good.
a great gig, be a real estate transactional attorney. I went through law school during a terrible economic time, you know.
Yeah.
The whole bubble, the housing bubble burst. And you had, you know, law firms even reached the point to where the law firms were going out of business and splitting up, you know, because their clients were the banks, and even the banks were falling apart. And so it would come out in 2009, the job market have, you know, job offers that had on table taken away. It's like, sorry, we can't afford anything. We're just trying to keep the doors open. It was an interesting time. But during that time, it allowed me to adapt. You know, just you know, how it's intended to work, you know. In hard times, you know, you look for the demand. And so I started focusing. I was like, you know what? I need to look at business and debtor law, bankruptcy, secured transactions, and litigation and things like that. And so I always knew I wanted to come back home and practice, you know, where I was born and raised, and help people in my community. And which requires being somewhat of a general practitioner, especially when I'm younger. So I handled all types of cases. And I just got to where I liked the client interaction.
Is it tough for an attorney nowadays? I mean, is it tough to make a living? Do you have to join a big firm, and where they just hand you stuff to do, or is it tough? Because you have to. It's like any kind of sales job. You have to find the clientele. Is that tough?
It can be. There's a lot of attorneys who really do well, and then there's some that just kind of get by.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know what is. Sometimes it's getting in with the right firm or the right people.
Right.
Sometimes it's just the attorney himself and his ability to make connections and build a name for himself or herself. And
A few years back, how long have you been a magistrate judge?
I've been a magistrate judge. This is going on my 6th year. I'm in my 2nd term. Can you believe that?
I remember when you had your booth set up and just the fair at Dellinger Park and stuff. And,
yes.
And just come by and meet the candidate. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Did you think you were going to win? Because you were against some pretty good names, and you know you were. And
it was an open seat.
Yeah.
5 of us candidates, and strategically, I was kind of wanted to wait to announce, and there were some very strong candidates in there. David, I didn't know if I was going to win. Did I have a good chance? Yes, but I was like half of everybody's age. I was the only attorney in the race.
That help in a job like this, I would think that would be a must.
It can help and it can hurt, because this court came out of the old Justice of the Peace Court, the People's Court, and some people didn't want an attorney in this position. Yeah. Attorneys don't always have a good reputation.
That is true.
So it worked for me and against me.
Right.
Which was an interesting dynamic. But my job, I felt like on the campaign, was to educate people. This is what the court does. Here's the problems I see, and here's how I'm going to make it better. And I just focused on my message. I didn't focus on any other candidates. I told my team, I said, I don't want you to say their names. I don't want you to talk bad about anybody. I want you to stay on message and be positive, and this is what we can do. And I didn't know if we were going to win. I knew we had a good chance, but I had no idea. And I knew that I was supposed to run. I felt like called to run. But I didn't know if it was to win it or just to keep maybe the wrong person from getting the job.
Feels better to win, doesn't it?
It does. Most days.
Yeah.
I think some of the other candidates sometimes sit back and laugh. And some of them pat me on the back. It's like, glad you won.
Is this like any job where you just, oh God, it's just, or is this, do you, I mean, I just, it's painful in what you do, because, you know, you have evictions coming in front of you, and some people you don't, but you got to follow the law. So you see some stuff you don't want to see. But is this, you like this job? Is this your calling now for the next till whenever?
You know, it is. And
okay.
Until if I feel called to do something else, that's the way I'll go. I didn't necessarily think I'd end up here, but I did. And I feel like we've made some positive changes there to help our county and to help the patrons that come through this court. But it's a very taxing job. I enjoy my job. I like what I do because I feel like we're making a difference, because I feel like I've got to live with a purpose. And me and my staff, we all look at this as a purpose, not just a job. And that's why I try to express all the time is, you know, these are people's lives, their livelihoods. That's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
that was one of the frustrating things. As an attorney, I saw this in these courts, and that was one of the things that prompted me to run. It's because people were getting stonewalled by red tape or rude clerks and getting jerked around. And here I was, a licensed, seasoned attorney, having trouble to penetrate some of these courts just because of politics and personalities. And I thought, what about this poor person who can't afford an attorney? How are they supposed to jump through all these hoops? If I, as an attorney, am having trouble, what in the world are they going through? And they're trying to recoup money, you know, that they may have lost.
That's why it's good you're an attorney. That you can simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the legal, you can do it.
I have the experience to see, I've seen the good, bad, and the ugly.
Right.
And so one of my goals was I got involved statewide.
Yeah.
I'm on the executive council for the Magistrate Court judges. And we are working to make these courts better statewide. There for a while, these courts were the Wild West.
Mm.
And we're trying to get them, you know, everybody up to a higher ethical standard, professional standard, and legal standard. And we work hard at doing that all the time.
Hey everybody, it's Kelly Jones here at Kennesaw Transportation. I wanted to let you know that we are hiring. We're looking for over-the-road drivers, whether you are a solo driver or a team driver or a new student. If you refer a driver to our company, it's $1,000 in your pocket for each driver. We also have a couple of in-house jobs that we're looking for in the office, driver recruiters. So if you think you have those sales skills, you like to talk and you love to be around people, this is the job for you. Call me. Our website is below. Again, it's Kelly Jones, and I'd love to hear from you.
Hey, this is Joe Wilson, co-owner of Parnick Jennings Funeral Home, Cartersville's locally owned funeral home, serving all of Bartow County since 1977. The biggest difference of our funeral home here in Bartow County, Cartersville, is that we are a locally owned funeral home. We make all our decisions right here in the funeral home. When people walk in the door, they're going to meet the owner and know that we're making decisions on what's best for the families that have placed their trust and confidence in us and the needs of our community. We want you to know it would be our honor to serve your family during your time of need. Please call us at 770-382-0034.
Hey guys, Tim here at Treasure Chest Outlet. Hey, why don't you come on in? Let me show you around at some things we've got here that you might need. Take a look at our sofas. We have reclining sofas. We have stationary sofas. We have a selection of sofas on the floor. We have more coming. Come on in and check them out. Hey, we have a large selection of rugs. Kind of take a look at what we have here. Pick out your favorite color. We have them in 5x8s, 8x10s. We also have 4x6s. 4x6s start at $29. 5x8s start at $79. And 8x10s start at $129. You just never know what you're going to find here at Treasure Chest Outlet.
You know, whether you need to spruce up your front yard with mulch, pine straw, if you have a rock bed, we got various different gravels. We can take care of that. If you need your lawn equipment fixed, we have 2 veteran small engine mechanics, whether it be something small as a weed eater or a 0-turn lawnmower, we can get you taken care of, or even a side-by-side. Speaking of side-by-sides, we got the new Hyson E1s in. They can run over 45 miles on a single charge, super quiet. We also have the Sector 1000s in, we got 450s in. So whatever you need when spring comes around, just let us know. Give us a call at Elite Stone Supply and we'll get you taken care of.
How many employees do you have?
So I have 7 judges, 4 more part-time. Actually, 5 of them. I have a senior magistrate who was Judge Mosley, the prior magistrate, and we have a senior magistrate who'll come in and hear cases that we may have to recuse ourselves, or if we get overloaded or somebody's out. I have 2 full-time judges, and I have a admin staff, clerks and admin, of about 8 people.
You know, I heard, you know, when you come in here, you're the boss. You're the chief magistrate judge. But I heard when you go home, you're not the boss.
No, I'm not. I'm at the bottom. There's Megan, Caroline, Maggie, and then the dog, and then there's me. So I'm just lucky to have a seat at the table.
How's that going? Living with 3 women. I mean, you got 3 women.
Well, the dog was smart, and he joined Team Girl.
Yeah.
So
okay.
he's like, whatever they say goes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Because you are a family man. I mean, you're not a party or animal on Friday night. You're not going to find you at some. You're a family man. That's what
we party. We party. Me and my little girls.
Oh, you and your girls, yes.
We'll get in my daddy's office. We'll turn on Alexa because we'll have a dance party. When I'll go home tonight, they're likely to come and grab me by my hand. Daddy, let's go dance. Or let's go do this. Let's play Barbies. It's always a party.
How old are your daughters?
My oldest, Caroline, is 4, and Maggie is 2.
Your 4-year-old, do you hand her your iPhone?
Every now and then.
Does she understand it?
She does, yeah. She has a tablet. We bought the children tablets for Christmas because we'll travel to see my in-laws.
Yeah.
And stuff, and get on the plane, and I think it's good, a good balance of technology and outside time. Some people's like, don't give your kids anything. No, this is good. They're learning technology.
Absolutely.
Because on these special Kindle tablets, they have puzzles. My 2-year-old is doing puzzles, putting together 20-piece puzzles on this tablet, and all these learning games, and saying our ABCs, and so a lot of good comes from it, But yeah, we've got them tablets, and they're smart, they're quick. They pick up on it really good.
It's amazing to see I've seen a little 2-year-old even can sit there knows how to do, it's amazing. It's amazing what they can pick up on.
It is. Children these days, I think being exposed to so much so young.
Yeah.
We learn that they're actually smarter and they're just bigger sponges than we ever thought.
Also, change the subject a little bit here, but everything is coming up now in Bartow. This next weekend, we're having the Kitty Day Parade. Mm-hmm. We're having the Farmers Market, and we're having the May Market, and Adairsville is having the Barbecue and Blues. Yeah. Are you going to any of that?
It's a good question. Probably half of those things, yes.
Because I see you at events. I do see you. You're at events. You're I see you at Dellinger at a dog show or something. You're there. You're there.
That's one of the great things about living here in Bartow County.
Yeah.
And a lot of people realize that who aren't even from here. They realize how special this is. We've always got something cool going on. Jay Leno was just here visiting our museums. We've got the Kitty Day Parade, which dates back how many years?
40-something. I talked to somebody at Walmart, a greeter at Walmart, one of the women and she talking about events, and I told her about the Kitty Day Parade. She goes, I went to that like 42 years ago or something. She said the Kitty Day Parade.
Kitty Day Parade, you got these barbecue festivals.
You go to them. You do show up and you go up. Now,
it's a lot of fun.
Are you stopped much?
A good bit.
Are you?
You see a lot of familiar faces and friendly faces.
Well, if you've lived here all your life.
Lived here my whole life, and then being in this job, or whether from church or school or this job, might have been somebody I had in bond here. You're going to run into a lot of people you know.
Well, everybody knows you. I mean,
which makes it fun.
Everybody, but if you walk through Walmart, I mean, can you count on being stopped a few times?
Yeah.
Every time.
West Side Ingalls, I cannot go to if I have to make a quick trip.
Really?
And my wife sent me for bread one day, and it was like an hour and a half later, and she called me and thought I was dead. Because you just run into everybody, your friends, your neighbors, Like I said,
and you can't just rush them off. You want to just talk and whatever you want to just.
Well, as you can tell from this segment here.
Yeah, I don't
shy away from talking.
But also, that's around here, it's it's, if people like you, they're going to vote for you. It's real simple. And you're just always, and it's not like it's an act. You just genuinely like people.
I love people. Oh, and that's a big reason why I like this job. And
that's why you're at the events.
Yeah. It's just, I love the people here.
Now, is Bartow County getting too big for you? You thinking, I want to escape? Does your wife say, we got to get out of here? It's just too stinking kind. Do you?
No, it's funny. This didn't come out during the election, but she is a Yankee.
Oh, man, that changed everything.
And nobody would have known.
I did. You hid that. You hid that.
She just really assimilated very well. She loves it here. She wanted to live here.
Yeah.
She just fell in love with it, like everybody. She loved. Look at all the causes we have here. Good Neighbor, Homeless Shelter. We have Advocates for Children. We have the Etowah Valley Humane Society. And people come out and they give and they support these organizations. There's a lot of people with a big heart here in this town. And you take the fun events that we have. You have the Friday night football games and all the spirit. You have the barbecue festivals. You have the museums. There's so many things to do and love, and the people here. It's a big draw, and she just fell in love, and it wasn't hard to convince her to move down.
I've only been here like 15 years, but I could not imagine living anywhere else. I have no desire to live anywhere. And anything you want to do, you can do it here in Bartow.
You can.
I mean, ideas, business, and there's room. There's room for it.
And I tell people all the time, we're big. We're a good-sized community.
Yeah.
But we're not too big, and we're not too small. You can still come here, make a good living.
Yeah.
Have a good social life. Have plenty of things to do on the weekends. Good restaurants. We have restaurants that can compete with the best ones in Atlanta.
Yes, we do.
Good shopping. I mean, the downtown is just really cool. Absolutely love the downtown. And we have attorneys that come in from out of town, Atlanta and stuff.
Really?
Who say they're going to bring their families up, or that they plan on relocating here. I had somebody call me, a judge from Camden County, which is down on the Florida line, saying they had friends moving up and they loved, due to a job, and they said they loved the town. And they were calling and asking questions, and they're real excited about their move. I mean, it's a treasure,
Everybody, it's Brandon Bryson, our Chief Magistrate Judge here in Bartow County. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us, Brandon.
Hey, thanks for coming to hang out.
Hey, it's Chris Nichols from Cartersville Cell Phone Repair. Whether you need your phone fixed or it's time for an upgrade, we've got you covered. We sell and repair phones, tablets, laptops, smartwatches, and even gaming consoles. We also have a huge selection of phone cases for newer and older models. Need accessories like chargers or car mounts? Or how about a Bluetooth shower speaker? Forget your passcode, we can get past that for you. Or if you want to ditch your current network carrier, come see us for unlocks. We're behind Lowe's next to Pizza Hut in Cartersville.
Hello, Cartersville. If you hadn't been by lately, come on by and check us out. We've totally revamped the store. We've added a lot more large capacity washers for your big loads. We have 40 pounders, 60 pounders, and 80 pounders for those huge loads. If you've got large bedding, come on by and see us. We've got the machine you need from a single person all the way up to a multi-family. If you're tired of doing laundry yourself, we offer a wash, dry, and fold service where you can drop it off. A few hours later, come back, it's ready to wear. We're located at 406 North Tennessee Street. It's All American Coin Laundry. Come by and see us for all your laundry needs.
Welcome to Spencer Family Medicine. We're located on Henderson Drive in Weston Commons Shopping Center.
Unlike most medical clinics, we do labs right here in the office, including x-rays, saving you the hassle of scheduling yet another appointment across town.
Here at Spencer Family Medicine, we accept almost all insurance plans.
And we can almost always fit you in for same-day appointments.
We serve patients young to old.
From urgent care issues like broken bones to long-term issues like weight management and hormone therapy.
Not only that, but Dr. Spencer and staff are trained in aesthetic work.
So come to see us at Spencer Family Medicine. We would love for you to be a part of our family.
I'm Dr. Spencer, and I approve this message.
Okay, guys. Ready?
Ready, go.